Well, let's shift gears and talk transportation then. We've got a viewer from an unidentified town who wants to know, why don't we just take all the surplus, put it into transportation, and then take the money that's generated from those projects and put into the general fund? Who wants to take that?
Well, some of what we have in the surplus is one-time money, which would be appropriate to use on some road projects. And there is some gain to the economy from government spending on building projects. I think people recognize that. I think when the Transportation Committee has been analyzing the needs across the state, and I'll just speak for the Senate proposal that has come off the floor now, the committee recognized that there are long-term needs that the transportation needs to be addressed. From my perspective, you will address those needs better if you put some new money into the system. At the very least, if you're going to do any of the bonding proposals that have been around, you have to put money in to make the payments on those bonds, or you're going to start going backwards. So we propose to put some new money into the system to help address the needs. The House has a different approach, which we're going to talk a little bit about. But for me, I think we should put some new money in. I look at the economy of the area I represent. Whether you're a logger with a forest products material, or a farm with your ag products, Arctic Cat, Polaris, Marvin Windows, whether you're tourism, the economy travels on the roads. And so having a good road system is really important for the part of the state that I represent. And while they're impacted by gas tax increases, the economy benefits from having roads. So I've been supportive of that. I'd like to think that there's some room for wiggle on both sides, and that we'd get there. Everybody kind of said that this was going to be one of the priorities of the session was to have a transportation package. So, we're getting down to the end now, so we'll see where it ends up.
Yep. And the Senate actually passed a 6.5% gas tax, correct?
What went off? This is the second time the Senate has passed this, trying to generate some interest in the other body for transportation. We did it a couple years ago, and we didn't get a bite, and we did it again this year. But yeah, it's called the gross receipts tax. I view it as a sales tax on gasoline that's adjusted annually. Not necessarily my individually preferred plan, but that's what the Senate has been.
It's got a floor to it too.
It's got a floor minimum. And
what's the minimum tax?
I think it's proposed to be $2.50 or something, $2.50. I don't really know the minimum of it, but it was 6.5% of what the price of gas is, which translates into something around 18 cents. And so, we're going to have conversations about that, but it's a multifaceted plan that addresses lots of transportation needs. Right. Yeah. The metropolitan area has some local transit taxes for their transit needs. It's metropolitan based. So, we're kind of trying to deal with all that, remembering that the gas tax is dedicated to roads and bridges. And,
well, and again, you're right, Senator. I think that we've all agreed in all the houses, or both houses, is that transportation is a big deal. We came out with a $7 billion transportation plan in the House without raising taxes. I think we did some very creative things with our team and our transportation experts, doing some bonding, using some of the surplus, and again, doing some sales taxes that we're already collecting on things like automobiles and parts and their tires that actually go on the roads, and that's what they need. So what I'm really, again, as speaking from a freshman, who this is kind of a refreshing thing, and this is what I ran on. I ran on agreeing that shared government is the best way for the taxpayers to come out with the best end product. So for us as Republicans, we already saw what low gas prices do to the economy. It put a bunch more money into our economy. It kept money in families' pockets. I am grateful that we have this opportunity now, and by running right to a 6.5% or 16 cents a gallon or whatever it ends up, the Senate part is I don't think maybe the best thing for America or for Minnesota families. I think that trying this $7 billion with no tax increases is a good starting point, and I think it should be given a good honest effort to try this out, and I really support a no gas increase, but very committed dollars to small cities, to the counties. There's a good plan here that I'd like to make sure that we really vet out really well.
Well, we vetted this on the floor.
Yes, we did.
And you took every dime, just about every dime that the metro area took the hard votes in their counties for transit. You cut Metro Transit. You took $300 million from the monies that we would use for education or higher ed. One of the reasons you didn't freeze tuition this year, except on two-year colleges, was your $300 million you took out of that tires and batteries and everything else. And then anytime you take money out of the bonding bill, you're taking money out of the bonding bill, which is statewide projects, universities, poultry facilities, any kind of emergency monies for floods or anything else. So all you really did is you shifted money from other priorities and said, these are the priorities, and you kind of built it on a house of cards. And if what am I supposed to do with my constituents? Tell them, sorry, the buses aren't going to run because we've got to provide that for Greater Minnesota? That's a bit unfair. This is one Minnesota. It's not Greater Minnesota and urban Minnesota. And this particular, your transit bill creates two Minnesotas, a Greater Minnesota and an urban Minnesota, and you're trying to leave urban Minnesota behind.
Well, I would only disagree from the standpoint that our general fund didn't put a lot into roads and bridges to begin with, and I think that a lot of states do that. We found that using those taxes to that dedicated fund, the stability fund that we created with this, is a good starting point. I don't think that Minnesota has a revenue problem. We are, going to bring in about $40 billion or so of taxes. That's a lot of money, and the problem is we only have so many dollars that we can spend. And again, $7 billion dedicated to roads and bridges. And yeah, there's some issues. We need to make sure that the metro is supported. I agree. I ride on these St. Paul roads right now, and I can believe that we need more support here as well. But I see a lot of empty light rail. I see a lot of buses that are running around with not very many people on it. Is there a way we can tighten our belts? And again, I ask that for all over Minnesota. It is a one Minnesota, but just saying that having a plan that doesn't create new taxes is a bad idea, I won't buy it. And I think it's something we need to keep talking about.
You can say that on tightening the belt in the urban Minnesota. From 6:30 till 9:30, those trains are full. Those buses are all full. What you're looking at is during the middle of the day when people are at work. Well, I'll just...
Is the 6.5% gas tax going to pass the House?
Nope, it will not pass the House. I don't think it will. I'm one of 134.
Let me add one more thing. The problem with what the House has been proposing is we've had this pay-as-you-go system forever since the 50s. So when you transfer from a pay-as-you-go system to a bonding mechanism, you get a few years of pretty easy going because your debt service is very small. But when you do the borrowing mechanism, your bond payments start to build up over time, and hence the need for some new money coming into it. And I am a little concerned about the taking of the sales tax on auto parts, et cetera, that are currently going to important things like education and long-term care facilities and higher ed and state grant programs, and putting it into transportation, because our founding fathers, or the folks who did the constitutional amendment dedication for transportation, recognized that transportation was going to have a hard time competing against children and long-term care, and so we should have dedicated accounts for transportation, and hence the dedicated gas tax. So whatever we end up with, we need to figure out a mechanism so that it is dedicated to transportation.
Just to clarify for our viewers, what you're talking about is the House proposal is to take sales tax from automotive equipment parts and use that towards transportation.
That's part of it. That's part of the equation, right?
It's a part of it. 300 and some million of the proposal is that they're currently going into the general fund, which was used for schools and everything else that the state does.
And then they took $40 or $50 million from the 5 counties that last 2 years ago or 5 years ago put a quarter-cent sales tax on their counties and said, we're going to take that money too. And that was the money that we were using to actually plan out our our transit, whether it's heavy rail, light rail, buses, any particular kind of transit that moves people. Because frankly, our young people are not that interested in cars. I have 2 daughters that told me they will move back to the Twin Cities as soon as we get a transit system that they can trust. Because they don't own cars. They don't want to have a car. It's $6,000 or $7,000 a year. And you have more and more of our millennials do not want to own a car at $7,000 to $10,000 a year in cost.
Now, a couple years ago, they just put a willage tax on that allowed counties to do that. That went for county money. Is that
No,
correct?
it went for the House bill.
Well, and the counties did that, I think, 2 years ago, right? They had the ability to tax their residents, and I know in our county they've chosen to do that, and they're putting it into their county roads. So that was an option that they had, local taxes, and they raised taxes on.
Well, it doesn't seem like we're going to get the transportation solved today.
Oh, let's work on it. I like this. I like it anyway. You're right.